McShin Foundation is Virginia's leading peer-to-peer recovery organization. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, let us get you connected. We can help you build a solid foundation through recovery. Here at the McShin Foundation, we are committed to healing families and saving lives.
Well, if I were going to keep it to 8 minutes, I thought it'd be important. You got the timer? You ready? So my name is Nathan. I'm a tweaker. I'm a cokehead. Yeah. I destroyed relationships. I lied. I cheated. I manipulated. I stole from work. I stole from my friends. And I stole from my family. I did whatever it took to get what I wanted. My name is Nathan, and I'm an addict. And I fellowship with other alcoholics and addicts in a 12-step program that values spiritual principles, among them honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, acceptance, and humility. With that, we value unity, service, and recovery. And if y'all know me, you know that I don't usually write stuff down. I'm pretty extemporaneous, so this is a little awkward for me, but this is okay. I had to keep it to 8 minutes. So through this journey, one day at a time, I have learned to thine own self be true, right? Some of you may understand where that comes from. And if you don't, ask somebody. Service to others gets me out of myself and teaches me that I am not an asshole. It's an important thing for me. Because I'm a person who did asshole things, right? And that shift in perspectives gives me an agency to make better choices today and to not do asshole things, okay? Unity to me means that a power greater than myself guides me and my recovery and awakens me to a life worth living. And that's where we are. This is a life worth living, man. It's a Friday. I'm up here talking to y'all. And recovery. So my name is Nathan, and I'm a person in sustained recovery from a substance use disorder. What that means to me is that I work a program of recovery on a daily basis to become a more acceptable, responsible, and productive member of society. The way I tell that through advocacy is where I've learned that words have meaning, words have power. To be more responsible is to be honest with what I can and cannot do. It is to be more accepting of myself, to be more accepting of myself and to understand the value of telling my story in a meaningful, impactful way. When I hear words like tweaker, cokehead, I got a laugh out of some of y'all, but that elicits a response. And elicits a response in my own brain, too. You know, puts me here. When I use words like addict, that connects me to a power greater than myself, and it puts me in a fellowship that, like I said, service, unity, recovery. And when I talk to people who have absolutely no idea what this means, I can highlight that there's a public health crisis out there. I can highlight a substance use disorder, which is what anybody who considers himself an addict has. Something that we can work on. To be more productive. To be more productive to me means to be grounded in humility and faith in the process. And humility, you know, someone really cool once told me that humility was to remain teachable. And I take that strongly. I don't even know if he's here. But to remain teachable. Nothing is one person. And I can be much more effective and much more of service when I remain teachable. So this is where I stopped, because I stopped writing at that point. Advocacy to me. It's not just about going out and talking to Shannon Taylor or having Abigail Spanberger or Colette McKeachin on my phone, which is kind of cool. It's about going out and being a face and voice in recovery every single day. Waking up in the morning and making my bed, not because somebody's going to check the house, but because I want to. It means doing the right thing for the right reason and to do it when nobody's looking. It means being a face and voice in recovery at the grocery store and not stealing. Smiling at the guy behind me. Man, I smiled at the guy behind me, had a little conversation with me, bought everything I had in my hands the other day. That was crazy, right? Yeah. So it's just that being out there and talking about openly and honestly about what I do and how I do it. I don't have all the answers. I listen too because I have to listen, you know? But I do on a daily basis. I have conversations. I wake up in the morning and I'll have 6, 7, 8 texts in the morning from all different people, all different things. Sometimes it's John, tell me what to do. I love that. Sometimes it's just simply have a good day. But it's like my day starts on a happy note, and it keeps going like that. Yeah, I get down. Man, I was depressed on Monday. I got through it. I got through it because I have people around me I trust. And so when I'm a face and voice in recovery out in the public, I'm better able to be of service in the greater sense to you all. You know, when I go out, I try to grab people with me. Because I know that if we all work together and show people out there who have no idea what we're going through, when we go out there and we show that we are recovering and what we're doing is working a program of honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, acceptance, humility, and all the others, brotherly love, compassion. When we go out there and show them that, well, they're much more willing to help us out, right? And we need all the help we can get. Because we have a criminal justice system out there. We got 1.63 million drug-related arrests last year. 1.4 million of those were for simple possession. That's insane to me. When I was arrested and went to jail, I was arrested with 1/3 of a gram of methamphetamines on me. And I now have a felony on my report card. I screwed up my 251. That's on me. But when I went before my pretrial officer and sat down with her after 4 months being with her, and I looked her square in the face and I was dressed up, you know, like I'm supposed to be. My hair was nice and clean. I was a clean-cut white dude right there in front of this woman. And I said, most of the time I was in there and I spoke pretty, but I looked at her one day and I said, really, this is what we're doing? We're making felons of all of us? And she looked at me and she said, but look at how great you're doing. And I'm thinking in my head, I've lost 35 pounds in front of you in the last 4 months. I have traded away my job. I am not living anywhere, and I've been dipping you on meetings left and right. You just don't even realize it. There's not any interest there to help us out. So when I can be a face and voice of recovery, I can try to help change the system to ensure that we have good jail programs, that we have money going into recovery communities, that we have same-day access to service, and we have people who just want to see a better way of life. And I just got my warning that it's almost time for me to cut off, but I just want to say this. Every single day, I have an opportunity to make a decision on how I'm going to be that day. And some days I don't want to get out of bed. Some days I don't. I am grateful for the people at McShin who have shown me a way of life worth living. They were with me in the jail. They were with me when I got out of jail. They took my hand and held me through, and they made sure that I didn't use no matter what because I wanted to stay sober and clean. Can't even say it. I get choked up thinking about it. It's the people in here, the titans of recovery, like John. It's freaking 37 years of powerhouse recovery right there, who just goes in anywhere he can to find somewhere to help. Honesty, who's a woman in recovery, a person in recovery, who does amazing work to help women and children and to go out and do wherever she can help. Jesse, who I don't think is here, but Jesse, who every single time I come to Jesse and I'm like, man, we got to help this guy out. He's like, you know what? Yes, we're going to do that. You know, and Bob, that little asshole over there. From the very start, that man became my best friend, and he was the guy I trust without question. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. And Aaron, who's in here, who was at the time a good person, Brenda, all the other people in McShin. I've had an amazing experience because one day I want to come up and address a group of people and just simply say, my name is Nathan, and I am a person. Thanks for letting me share.